Welcome back to Pop Quiz with Distance Education as we continue to highlight National Distance Learning Week. Now, let's send it down to Ashton, who is with Miss Leslie Thurman, the instructor of oral communications, as she shares her thoughts on connecting with students in the online classroom.
Welcome back to Pop Quiz with Distance Education. Can I ask you a few questions?
Sure.
Okay, so what are some strategies that you use to create a sense of community and interaction among your online students?
Oh, you've got the old discussion board, but that's boring. Nobody really likes that, because you gotta scroll through. But if they do videos introducing themselves and telling about things they like to do, and they're actually talking directly to the other students, it kind of lets them know who's in there with them.
That sounds really fun. So what is some advice that you have to set up students for success in an online classroom?
Don't give stock answers. And on assignments, don't just say, oh, you got this wrong and you got that wrong. Tell them about things they did good. Or if they tell you, I'm gonna do my speech on my bunnies. Well, say something about, oh, really? You have bunnies? Just saying what you did wrong is very disheartening. So they like to know you thought about what they said and that they're real people, not just something in an online course.
And so what are some of the ways that online learning has transformed the lives of your students?
Well, I think just not my students, but almost all online students. I have a lot of students, they have jobs, they have children. They can't do their traditional classroom, attendance. They might get off at 11 o'clock at night, and they only have a couple hours at that point. They have to grab things as they can to do things. So it's letting them get an education when normally, it wouldn't really be something possible for them.
Awesome. And do you have any specific stories that you can share?
I had this one student, it's been a little while back because he was overseas, he was in Afghanistan. And he worked in, the mess hall? I don't know whether he actually cooked or what, but he worked with that section. He did all of his speeches in a food pantry. And you'd see these ginormous cans. Bless his heart, he'd be giving his speech, doing really good. And somebody'd open the door and they'd say, oh, sorry, man, sorry. And he'd say, okay, I gave him more leeway because he had so much trouble finding any place, but he got through and he did great.
That's awesome. And that's all we have.
Thank you for your thoughtful input, Miss Thurman. Come back tomorrow as Ashton takes a trip over to the mathematics department to hear from Mr. Daniel Brock. Thanks for watching, and as always, be Vanguard.